Somalia is marking the first anniversary of the deadliest bombing attack in its history. But some survivors and families of the victims are still struggling to rebuild their lives. More than 500 people were killed in the bombing in the heart of the capital on October the 14th last year, the deadliest attack in the history of the Horn of Africa.
Nadifo Ahmed sits on a mat outside her house in Somalia and recounts the impact of the death of her husband Abdullah Mohamud in the country's deadliest bomb attack a year ago. Ahmed, her 3 co-wives and their 32 children lost their breadwinner in the attack, sending them into poverty and hardship.
We are one of the families of the victims of the explosion last year, and we are 4 wives and 32 children. After our husband died, our lives became very low. We are suffering a lot, and we are not able to manage our lives because we all depended on him. We got some help on the day of his death, but it stopped a few days later.
Some of the children who cannot afford to go back to school due to the lack of fees sat under a tree with their mother. The family is also plagued by a lack of medicines and money to pay their rent. Hundreds of residents wearing white and red headbands gathered at the site of the blast in Zobe to commemorate the first anniversary of the attack and remember the dead. The Prime Minister, Hassan Ali Kaire, sent his condolences to those who had lost loved ones and prayed for a swift recovery for those wounded in the explosion.
As our religious leader told us, the militants do not explode themselves nor their children. They send their children to school, but they send poor and young children who they have misguided to bomb innocent people for the sake of a foreign agenda, and they implement the work of foreigners.
But survivors like Ali Mohammed, who runs a small business in the area, are yet to rebuild their lives since the blast. Mohammed, who suffered severe burns on his head and hands, even losing one ear, only managed to return to work after 6 months.
As you see, I was severely wounded in my head. I cannot bear any kinds of sounds, like a running car engine, gunshots, and so on. I cannot get sleep unless I use sleeping pills, and sometimes I stay up till morning.
The Islamist insurgency Al-Shabaab was blamed for the blast, which happened when a car bomb and a truck bomb headed for the airport detonated prematurely. And one of its members was executed by the government on Sunday after he was found guilty of the attack by the military court.
Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has appointed the country's first female defense minister in a new cabinet in which half the posts are taken up by women. Aisha Mohammed from the country's Afar region in the northeast had served as construction minister before being picked to head the Ministry of Defense. Prime Minister Abiy has slimmed down the cabinet from 28 portfolios to 20, which includes the new Ministry of Peace. Announcing the changes in Parliament, the Prime Minister said that his reform processes need to continue to address the structural and strategic problems that pushed the country into chaos. Since coming into power in the month of April, Mr. Abiy has introduced a series of reforms which has transformed the political landscape in the country.